In a dimly lit café, Emily sat across from the frail, elderly man she once helped with bus fare, thinking this was just a friendly reunion. But as he leaned in, his voice a mere whisper above the clinking of cups, he revealed a staggering truth that sent her heart racing, a truth that could flip her world on its axis. He was not just an ordinary man lost in the throng of the everyday, but Alan Bishop, a reclusive billionaire who orchestrates these encounters to reward hidden kindness. As Emily processed this surreal revelation, the air around them buzzed with a potent mix of disbelief and anticipation. Little did she know, her decision in the next few moments would steer her life into uncharted territory, uncovering secrets and opportunities beyond her wildest dreams. But what happened next will shock even those who thought they'd seen everything. But first, let's go back to the beginning. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of amber and rose, Emily Thompson stood at the weather-worn bus stop, the chill of the evening air nipping gently at her cheeks. The rhythmic sway of trees rustling in the breeze created a tranquil symphony, underscoring the sense of calm that often followed her after a long day at the small-town bookstore where she worked. There was a comforting regularity to her routine, yet this day, unbeknownst to her, was about to take an unforgettable turn. It was then she noticed him, a frail figure cloaked in garments that had seen better days, furrowing his brow in consternation while counting a small pile of coins in his trembling, weathered hands. The man, face etched with the lines of numerous years, exuded an air of dignified resilience, even amidst his evident predicament. Emily's heart, inherently empathetic, was instantly moved. Her upbringing in a modest household, infused with her parents' lessons of compassion and altruism, propelled her towards him without hesitation. "Here, let me help you with that," she offered sincerely, her voice gentle yet firm, exuding a warmth that seemed to momentarily thaw the chill around them. Emily reached into her own purse, extracting a small but sufficient sum. Her finances were often stretched thin, as she meticulously budgeted her earnings to cover rent, utilities, and necessities. But this act felt necessary and right, an instinctive response woven into the fabric of her being. The man's eyes, a piercing shade of blue, lifted to meet hers, reflecting astonishment coupled with a deep gratitude. "Thank you, miss," he whispered, his words carrying the weight of genuine appreciation. "I'm Alan," he said, extending a well-worn hand, the skin thin and marked by time. He seemed every bit the ordinary, down-on-his-luck individual, yet there lingered an indefinable aura about him that intrigued Emily. As Alan boarded the bus, with Emily following suit, a quiet understanding passed between them, a silent acknowledgement of a moment shared that transcended the simplicity of the act itself. With each mile that the bus carried her towards home, Emily felt a sense of warmth and fulfillment, a reward far greater than the coins she had offered. In her small apartment, nestled amidst her beloved books, Emily reflected on the evening's encounter. Her heart swelled with a profound happiness, not from any expectation of reciprocation, but from the knowledge that she had made a meaningful impact on another's life, however fleeting. Little did she know that this simple act of kindness was a thread being skillfully woven into the grander tapestry of her life, setting into motion events that would soon transcend her modest daily existence. Thus, in an unassuming moment, under the dim glow of streetlights and the vigilant gaze of a moon peeking through a veil of clouds, Emily's act of kindness planted the seeds of transformation, unlocking a future brimming with unforeseen possibilities and life-altering connections. Her journey was just beginning, her path illuminated not by the predictable regularity of her routine, but by the unpredictable and beautiful chaos of chance and human connection. Emily sat at her modest kitchen table, the morning light filtering softly through lace curtains, casting intricate shadows on the envelope in front of her. It was a curious thing, this piece of post bearing her name in flourishing handwriting she did not recognize. She opened it cautiously, her heart mildly fluttering with a mixture of apprehension and curiosity. Inside, she found a beautifully penned note from Alan, the elderly gentleman she had assisted just days prior. His words were eloquent and sincere, expressing profound gratitude for her generosity. More surprisingly, he requested the pleasure of her company at a nearby café. Perplexed and intrigued, Emily pondered the invitation, her mind a whirlwind of questions. Why such ceremonial thanks for such a simple gesture? Unable to quell her curiosity, she decided to meet him. That Saturday morning, she donned her favorite sweater, a moss-green garment that provided comfort as much as warmth, and made her way to the café. The café was a quaint little place, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingling with the sweet scent of pastries. A gentle tinkling of a bell announced her arrival as she pushed open the door, immediately spotting Alan at a corner table. He rose to greet her with a warmth that was both grandfatherly and refined, pulling out a chair for her opposite him. As they settled into conversation, Alan unveiled the layers of his identity, much like an intricate tale unfolding page by page. Emily listened intently, disbelief etched across her features. Alan Bishop. The name resonated somewhere deep in her mind, a whisper from the world outside her own, a world of wealth and magnanimity, notorious not for ostentation but for his benevolent deeds, his contributions to charitable causes whispered about in newspapers and online articles that she occasionally skimmed through. Her surprise was palpable, rippling across her features as she attempted to reconcile the humble man before her with the enigmatic philanthropist she had heard of. "I'm sorry, I just wasn't expecting," she began, words trailing off into an awkward laugh. He smiled gently, understanding the tumult of thoughts swirling within her. "I often go unnoticed," he explained with a twinkle in his eye, a man who clearly enjoyed the stealth of anonymity. His preference to remain in the background allowed him genuine interactions, devoid of pretense. "This way, I see the world for what it truly is, and more importantly, who people truly are." Emily, still grappling with the revelation, found herself drawn deeper into their dialogue, her initial shock mellowing into an insatiable curiosity. Why, she wondered, would someone of his stature require assistance with such a trivial matter as bus fare? The question lingered like mist over water, shimmering with the promise of answers. As they continued to talk, a rapport developed between them, an ease in conversation as natural as the shifting of the tides. The mystery surrounding Alan now felt less daunting and more like an intriguing puzzle she was both eager and hesitant to solve. In Alan, she saw a man unbound by the trappings of his wealth, though her heart yearned to understand the complexity of his motives and experiences. When they finally parted, promising to meet again, Emily left with a heart warmed by the unexpected kinship forged in the hours at the cafe. The revelation had thrown her off balance, yet the encounter fueled a deeper introspection and excitement, laying the foundation for a future she could never have predicted, a stirring just below the surface of her quiet life. Emily sat across from Alan at the polished oak table of the cafe, cradling a steaming cup of tea between her hands, the warmth seeping into her palms. The atmosphere was cozy, the soft hum of conversation around them blending seamlessly with the muted clatter of cups and saucers. Yet, as Alan revealed the truth behind their encounter, Emily felt as though the room had temporarily dissolved into a backdrop, leaving just the two of them in a suspended moment of revelation. Alan's voice was calm, imbued with a sincerity that both comforted and unnerved her. "I seek out kindness in unexpected places," he explained, his eyes, those deep wells of experience, holding hers with a steady gaze. "Meeting you wasn't entirely by chance. I often present myself as an ordinary man, hoping to find souls who exhibit genuine compassion without anticipation of reward. Emily's mind swirled with this newfound knowledge. The encounter that had seemed serendipitous now revealed itself as a deliberate test of character. A part of her felt as though her privacy had been invaded, the intimate act of kindness she had offered examined under a lens she hadn't consented to. Yet another part of her recognized the rarity of the opportunity presented, a chance to be noticed and valued for her intrinsic goodness. He continued, words flowing with persuasive clarity. "I believe you have much to offer, Emily. Your empathy is apparent, and your resourcefulness evident in how you manage your life with such grace. I would like to extend an offer for you to join my company. There's a place for people like you who can inspire and lead with authenticity." The proposal hung in the air between them, a tantalizing prospect laced with uncertainty. Emily was acutely aware of the implications, the ripple effects such a change could cast across her meticulously ordered life. Her initial reaction was to decline, to retreat into the safe haven of the life she knew. A life where she was in control, where expectations were set and manageable. But Alan's gaze conveyed no mere business transaction. It was an invitation to venture into a new horizon, to redefine her boundaries and discover her potential. She hesitated, caught between his earnest offer and the stability of her current existence. Expressions of dissent from his family and associates whispered through her mind like an echoing cautionary tale. She imagined the skepticism, the critical eyes watching her every move. Could she withstand such scrutiny? Was she ready to transform her life so fundamentally? Torn between the comfort of the familiar and the allure of an unexplored future, Emily felt the weight of choice pressing heavily upon her. The realization that her decision could open doors to profound change was both exhilarating and terrifying. In Alan's eyes, she glimpsed an unwavering belief that she could be more, do more, impact more. It was this glimpse of potential, this whisper of possibility that made Emily reconsider, her heart and mind in a delicate dance, exploring the spectrum of what her life might become. Leaving the cafe, Emily walked the cobblestone streets with a pensive air, her thoughts awash with uncertainty, yet brimming with hope. She was on the brink of a precipice, poised to either fly or fall, not knowing which path she would choose, but knowing that a choice must be made. Emily's decision to accept Alan's offer marked a transformative juncture in her life, akin to stepping into a vivid painting that was still being created. With resolute determination and a heart full of anticipation, she walked through the doors of Alan Bishop's company, a beacon of hope and authenticity. The reality that stretched out before her was a world beyond her previous imaginings, a corporate landscape infused with possibilities and ripe for change. Her initial days were a blend of learning and acclimatization, each moment offering her new facets of the business realm. Yet, it was her innate compassion and resolute work ethic that quickly marked her as indispensable. Emily's approach to her new role was not defined by the bottom line, but by a sincere desire to cultivate an environment of empathy and shared success. Her colleagues, initially skeptical, found themselves gradually inspired by her openness and sincerity. She engaged with them on a personal level, remembering birthdays, celebrating achievements, and offering support during trying times, small gestures that wove bonds of trust and camaraderie. As Emily navigated through the complexities of her new responsibilities, she became an exemplar of positive change, her actions slowly transforming the very culture of the company. Meetings once driven by numbers became forums for creativity and mutual respect, fostering an environment in which ideas could flourish without fear of judgment. Under her influence, the company's ethos began to shift, aligning more closely with Alan's original values of innovation guided by integrity. Emily's story resonated beyond the walls of the company, drawing the attention of the broader community. Articles began to surface, highlighting the quiet revolution spurred by kindness and a commitment to altruism. Her journey stood as a testament to the transformative power of empathy in the corporate world, inspiring other businesses to reevaluate their own cultures and practices. The bond between Emily and Alan deepened into a friendship rich in shared values and mutual respect. They spent countless hours exchanging ideas and philosophies, charting the course for the company's future. Alan, who had long searched for someone who shared his vision, found in Emily a confidant and partner in his mission to create a lasting impact. Through this journey, Emily's understanding of success and fulfillment evolved profoundly. The metrics by which she measured her life transformed from financial security and stability to personal growth, connection, and the ability to effect meaningful change. The moments of pure satisfaction she discovered in her new role brought a joy that was both unexpected and deeply rewarding, a testament to the path she had chosen. Emily stood at the forefront of a movement within the company, her actions resonating far beyond her immediate sphere of influence. Each decision she made, each conversation she initiated, reflected her unwavering commitment to fostering an environment where human values thrived. In the end, it was not merely her professional trajectory that had been redefined, but her essence, reimagined and fulfilled through acts of kindness and the pursuit of a more compassionate world. Her leap into the unknown had become a soaring flight toward not only external success, but an inner peace that had transformed her perspective of the world. Emily, once a woman of simple means standing at a bus stop, had become a symbol of what could be achieved when the heart leads the way.